Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Girl Talk. I've got a little bit of mess and a little bit of drama today for you guys. For today's video, as you guys can see, I am currently in a hotel. I am in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where I have been. My family came up to Pennsylvania for a few days and then I left to go to Atlanta and Gatlinburg, Tennessee as well, with a stop in LJ. If you've heard of that, we stayed at this really interesting cabin that was so high up in the woods. The drive was scary at that point, but I am coming at you guys with breaking news. We have to talk about this. Foodie Beauty has just gone live for the first time since she left at the end of May after everything went down with Paul's Kuwait, and we are finally getting some updates just as people were beginning to wonder if she was never going to return again. Well, here she is. In case you guys missed it, there have been videos done by a lawyer. She is starting to get more attention. Atozi did a video talking about her. A lot of viewers, people wondering what will become of Foodie Beauty. So let's just get right into it. Shall we? All right, you guys. So over the past week, people have been overanalyzing Foodie Beauty's cameos. Some of them were released to the public and some of them were private. She actually upped the price over on Cameo to $100 if you want to hear from her. Definitely not worth the price, especially now. And she's not going to give it all away, guys, just because you give her 100 smackaroonies. Foodie Beauty knows how to play the game, and this live stream is no different. It seems as though she intends on trickling out information regarding certain topics, as she does state, I don't feel quite comfortable talking about XYZ right now. Earlier today, she went live. The stream was just titled, Hi. I was actually in a restaurant grabbing lunch, had to click on it, see what she was doing because it had been so long. There was over 1,000 people in there right away when I checked in. I don't know how high her numbers got, but homegirl is going to be milking this. You can bet on that. Hey, especially now that she doesn't have to give so much money to Salah, but also, is she going to be supporting Salah as well? We will get to that and what will become of him. Chantal is in Canada. I did a live stream a few weeks ago and we went over the receipts where Paul's Kuwait actually said they were going to be filing the charges that following Monday. And that is what happened according to their Instagram stories. Chantal caught wind of this. Of course, I'm sure she was paying attention to all of the discourse going on while she hid out from Kuwaiti authorities and the like. So once she saw that Paul's Kuwait was planning on filing everything on Monday, she made sure that Salah booked her a ticket to Canada, and she actually left on the same Monday that they planned on filing charges. She had to get out of there. She said that her and Salah were arguing because he kept telling her to keep quiet. This is not something that you want to talk about publicly. Who knows what's going to happen? We all wondered, won't she go back to Canada? I do wonder why she has taken so long to come on live and talk about this. Although it could be just because she was staying with her mom in the beginning and she doesn't have a vehicle to go to, so she didn't have time on her own to go live, really. She escaped to Canada. She was staying with her mom, like I said, and now she finally has her very own apartment. She's excited because it is the first time she's going to be living alone ever. She always had a boyfriend or a roommate or something. In regards to Salah and, of course, Julia, Chantal simply states that they are in an unknown location, but they are safe according to her. So I have no idea what she means by this. I guess she is saying that they are not in Kuwait. I would think that if they were in Kuwait, there would be a possibility that something could happen to Salah. And then what would become of Julia? Of course, this is all coming from Chantal's mouth, so we have to take it with a grain of salt at best. I'm just relaying you guys the information. You believe it if you want. He could just be in the same old Kuwaiti apartment. I don't know how they move around so much. Do they not sign leases? Do they not care about breaking leases? Chantal doesn't. She does not care about anyone being inconvenienced by her actions. But if Salah has to stay there, you would think he wouldn't want something like that on his record. She says that they are still legally married, that Kuwait let her get married. She's very conflicted about Kuwait because on one hand, she doesn't like the laws that she broke, and then people were weaponizing them against her, right? But she also said that overall people were really nice to her and they let them get married. Like, we knew from research that technically they weren't allowed to get married because he wasn't a citizen, she wasn't a citizen. I don't know how this marriage is going to actually last if she is in Canada and he is in a different country, whatever country that may be. Maybe he escaped to Thailand for now until the heat dies down. Although you would think if they do take this seriously, he wouldn't be able to go back to Kuwait ever. I mean, that is completely life-changing for him. For Chantal, I don't know if she understands what she has done to this man. She has completely ruined Salah's life. Like, it's possible that he could never return to his country. I know he's a Syrian citizen, but like his family, his home base, it's all in Kuwait. Crazy, right? Everything Chantal touches, like, their lives are ruined. I mean, look at like Didi and Nader. While she is talking, I do kind of catch that she says Salah isn't coming yet, which of course implies that he might be coming to Canada down the line. He's not allowed to yet. I don't know what that means. I guess they are trying to get him in, which will definitely be interesting. I do hope that she brings him over to Canada because I want to see how that goes. Or maybe she'll get lonely and talk to somebody else. I mean, she is a free agent in Canada. What is she going to do? Just because she has a ring on it doesn't mean she can't be tempted by these awful Western influences, right? She won't be talking about the charges right now, but she is laughing about being a fugitive. She talks about like leaving Kuwait as a quote fugitive, and she thinks that that is just hilarious that she is already a fugitive. It is kind of hilarious. She has clearly done some gardening, if you know what I mean. She makes that clear, although later in the live stream, she's like, I don't want to talk about it. But in the beginning, she admitted that she was already gardening, even though she has said in the past that she's not going to do that because of her Muslim values. That is forbidden, haram. She has no car at the time being, absolutely nothing to her name at the time being. She does have this small apartment, right? She's filling it up piece of furniture by piece of furniture. She has just a bed, and she claims that she's going to be walking. She doesn't need a vehicle because she'll be walking. It's a very walkable area for her. Girl, if/when she is able to get some money, she's gonna get a car, obviously. I mean, you're very limited without a vehicle. And in Canada too, like, how is she going to get all of her groceries? She'll have to pay for delivery, right? I mean, back in my day when I lived in an apartment and I had no vehicle in the city, they didn't really deliver groceries. Like, that was not as easy as it is now. So I guess she's lucky. She doesn't want to pay for the like car insurance and car payment. I don't know if it's that she can't afford it or she just doesn't want it right now. I get the feeling her opinion on that is going to change as she walks every day. When she got to Canada, she was staying with her mom before she was able to get this apartment, and she had a very traumatic fall forward, and she thought that she was going to unalive. Like, it was very dramatic. She says that she is still in pain from this fall down the stairs, even thinking that she has broken 2 toes. When it comes to Kuwait, she is pretty adamant in the fact that she will never be going back to Kuwait because she doesn't want to risk anything with the law, whether that be her fined an exorbitant amount of money or even locked up. I did take a look at some of the fines that they were giving out, and it was just wild. Like, I'm talking $10,000 for saying something online that you shouldn't. Craziness. But Chantal is not willing to fess up to what she has done here. She says that everything that she was doing, if she broke the law, it was with good intentions, but that doesn't matter. We already looked into the laws regarding donations. You're still getting fined. You're still getting put away, whatever they decide to do. I would not want my fate in the hands of the Kuwaiti jury or Kuwaiti judge. There's like a fly in here. It's so annoying. Sorry guys, I look a bit of a mess. Everything's kind of a mess, but I will be home on Thursday. I'm hoping to go live by Friday. I will let you guys know. I did think the whole time that she was talking about this, OMG, she's gotten away with it again, faced no consequences. Everything this woman does, she has never actually faced any consequences for the horrible things that she has done, including the treatment of BBJ. But I guess her having to run to Canada is her karma this time. It was a cat that got her kicked out of the country, and it's funny how she has so quickly changed her tune on Kuwait after all of this. She's never going back. She doesn't agree with the laws. Like, I thought it was such a perfect place, and you appreciated the fact that the laws kept people off the streets. You didn't want people asking you for money on the street. How is that much different from what you do online? But now she can grift all she wants, and she even jokes about grifting for a car. I get the feeling that now that she is in Canada, she is going to have looser lips. Right now, she's feeling pretty smug. The fact that she got away with everything. She can kind of stick it to the haters. She didn't talk much about Paul's Kuwait, but she did say that they were unprofessional, which I can't really disagree with. Like, I don't think that should all be put out there publicly. The owner was just really messy. She's not going to be living with Pete's ever, citing, of course not, because she's married. She can't live with another man. That would just be wrong. That would be haram. But she also wants to live alone right now. She wants to try this out. It's her first time on her own like this. It's a new era for her. Foodie Beauty, not, but kind of single in Canada. On her own for the first time. At this point in the latter half of the live stream, she starts to get almost a bit below. And you can tell that she was really off the gummies at that point. Things were getting kind of like they used to be. I don't know, her sitting there so many gummies deep. She has no AC or central air in her apartment, but for her, because she's used to the Kuwait heat, it doesn't feel that bad. Again, I don't think that that's going to last either. She's going to get a window unit at least, although she says she doesn't want to. She just doesn't want to deal with it. She probably can't carry it, but she just moved into the place today. So as soon as she was by herself, as soon as she wasn't staying with her mom anymore, she hopped on live. She does say that she read a little bit of the things that Paul's Kuwait was writing in their report about her, and she said that they got certain things wrong and that they were including a lot of things unrelated, which I also think is going to make this whole thing messy. I mean, I was saying this weeks ago, why are people sending things to Paul's Kuwait that have nothing to do with what Chantal did right then and there with that cat, right? The grifting situation, the asking for money. But no, people were sending Paul's Kuwait things that Foodie did in Canada, or talking about her relationship with Nader. Like, that is just so far removed and out of Kuwaiti jurisdiction. Like, it's only going to muddy the waters and make all of the other claims look illegitimate. In my opinion, I don't think that Paul's Kuwait needs to know these things. But now that she's in Canada, who knows what's going to become of the case. There are some things that she is going to be keeping private. I expect that she will kind of trickle out information. She almost gave away too much in this live stream, I think, but she is not a beginner to this game. She knows that she has to spoon feed the audience information as the days go on so that she can keep her numbers up and make as much money as possible. She knows exactly what she's doing here. Maybe she'll get Salah on a live stream or something. That could be interesting. See what's going on with him and Julia. I do need a proof of life of Julia, because does Salah really have her? Are they really okay? There's no way to say for sure until we see them on camera. But get this, I know that this is gonna piss a lot of people off. She is getting another cat, and it will be delivered on Friday, so in 2 days. Yeah. So there you go, 3 cats abandoned, and she's getting another one for some reason. Wow, 3 cats now that she has abandoned. We will have to wait and see if she's able to get Salah over there or if that falls through. That's going to be interesting. I don't see her marriage lasting if he is in another country. I mean, that's just completely ridiculous. It would be hard for anyone to make that work. We know that Salah doesn't have very much money. I mean, the place that he was living before Chantal came painted a very different picture than the one that Chantal was trying to feed us at the time, that he had this nice house with a fence. I remember her saying that. Maybe he told her that, but that wasn't the truth. So we shall see how much they're even able to see each other because of how expensive flights can be and just the hassle of having to sit on a plane for that long. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I will see you guys pretty soon. Thank you for watching. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already. I will keep you guys updated. I'm gonna be home soon and get back to posting. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, bye everyone.